These rappers is shucking and jiving and stuff, getting self in the shit that they can't get out of. Fucking up, here go the flux. A display of lyrics and patterns and rhythms by Side and Young Buck.
For viewers' discretion is only factual, non-fiction, homie. The ruler, the thumb sticking out cause you know me. Federal, pimp lock the block, you can't hold me. Situation getting heavy, ammo get low, need my homie with side.
Well, your homie right on you, you know from the fly. Go up on these bitches, it's devious as we gon' get on this shit. Let's talk, let's not sit on this shit. We the shit on this shit, they just spit on this
so
shit.
So much psychodramatic, oh havoc, get this bit crazy, the range with it, this shit. Buck inside is the physicist. Belligerent, feel it, cause we ignorant. Nigga, y'all in it, the flux is the subject of weight and adrenaline, the feel of bitch. Side the medic, buck the relic, and drama that did it to him once again. Chance that you get, change to your face, and the blood to the covers, undisputed bitch.
And again, to the end of the period, be worse than this sin against men. I'm feeling fenced in. From birth, saw the light of the earth, and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, that might get a bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing to you the flux.
What up, Taco Crew? Summer is here. Impact is rolling on. Let's get into it. I'm into mayhem. When the play hit the streets of havoc, and then I'm ready to leave your grave in. Lucifer got nothing to do with this shit. To the days of dirt, getting fucked up within. And I put that on the house, bitch. To the days of the dirt, you gon' cancel that down shit. Motherfucker, you
and you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pills of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on the stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. Out of the realm of reaching, you ain't gonna know what the fuck hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago will be your motherfucking shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get no. What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Town Smart. What's going on with you, man? Thanks for being here, everybody. So glad you guys could join me on my ongoing adventure of getting used to and getting comfortable with Impact Wrestling, man. We had a night tonight. Wasn't that crazy of a show, but definitely had some stuff going down. They had some stuff to build to, man. We got Bully Ray coming out. Clearly, Bully Ray does not like Scott D'Amore. Trinity is getting her title match coming up at Slammiversary. Jody threat continues to rock and roll through the Knockouts division and subculture. Didn't have a very good night tonight. Man. Thank you guys for coming on over and hanging out. We're going to get into it, man. We're not going to beat around the bush too much. If you got your super chats that you need to get in, feel free. Get them on in. I'll get to them at the end of the show. In the meantime, let's get to it. Bully Ray advertised to start the show. And guess what? Bully Ray starts the show. Fun fact, Bully Ray has me blocked too. Don't know why. I legitimately do not know why. Never spoken one ill thing about Bully Ray. Fun fact. But I digress. Okay. Maybe I've said some things about Disco Inferno, but not Bully Ray. I don't think I have. Okay. Whatever. All right. That list continues to grow.
Bully Ray came out. He came out to open up the show. He claimed that he is the most hated man in the business. Clearly, Bully Ray said this before Don Callis came out last night on Dynamite. And maybe Bully Ray does not know about Dom Dom. But again, I digress. He says he's the most hated man in the business. Talked about how he's put people through tables his whole career. Say he put women through tables, old ladies through tables, CEOs. He don't give a shit, man. He don't give a shit. He's never met anyone he wouldn't put through a table. Gotta love Bully Ray. Except that he blocked me. Okay. Not bitter. Here we go. But when he's really upset, instead of just putting people through the tables, he'll light them tables on fire. Which is what he did to Scott D'Amore at Under Siege. Bully Ray claimed that putting Scott D'Amore through the flaming table brought him great pleasure. You know, when you say that Bully Ray taking great pleasure from putting someone through a table, it reminds me of Bully Ray in the Dudley Boy days when, him and Devon put someone through a table, but then he would go into this trance where, like, literally commentary made it try to sound like he pretty much just came, as he's putting Mae Young through a table and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. When he puts people through a table, it brings him great pleasure. And it was one of the best nights of his life. Ray said that he was going nowhere and he was going to win the 8-4-1 match at Against All Odds to become the number one contender before going on to Slammiversary to win the Impact World title. Now, some of you might be like me and asking, what the hell's an 8-4-1 match? All right. Well, it seems to be the first of its kind. And, well, I'll explain it. So it starts off with 8 people. All right. Four tag teams of 2. So it's like a fatal 4-way. No. It's a 4. I think it's a 4-on-4. Yeah. I think it's a 4-on-4. So it's a 4-on-4 match, and the winning team. Yeah, it's a 4-on-4 match because the winning team of the 4-on-4 match, that winning team immediately goes into a fatal 4-way against each other, and the winner of that match becomes the number one contender. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that concept. I kind of like that idea. You're going to go from 8 men down to 1 without the clusterfuck of like a battle royal or a ladder match, things like that. It's a fresh take on getting a large number of people in one match and condensing it down to 1 member. Kind of like that. So he says he's going to win the 8-4-1 match at the upcoming Against All Odds. So, and that's only about a little over a week away. Steve Macklin comes out, the Impact World Champion. I guess he had some thoughts on this. He said that he insisted, actually, that Bully Ray only took out Scott D'Amore because he, Steve Macklin, allowed him to. I thought this was the weirdest flex. Bully Ray is out there saying what he did to Scott D'Amore. Steve Macklin comes out. He also hates Scott D'Amore, confronts Bully Ray, and I thought he was about to get into a high five session or something like that. But he comes out and does, it was this weird awkwardness of like, you only did that to Scott D'Amore because I allowed you to. Bully's like, what? oh, he's like that Westbrook gift. Like, what? And then Bully Ray changes his tune. He said, you know what? You know what? You're right. You're the world champion. Everything that happens on this show goes through you. So, fair enough. Steve Macklin's like, yeah, guess that shit worked. Okay, right. Ray admitted that Macklin's the world champ. And he basically acknowledged that fact that, yeah, Macklin allowed him to do it. Macklin pointed out that there was something everyone was wondering. Would Bully Ray and Macklin team up and continue doing whatever they wanted around the Impact Zone? Either way, Macklin said that if Ray won that match, the 8-4-1 match at Against All Odds, he would be happy to defend the title against him at Slammiversary. So a little mutual respect going back and forth amongst these complete asshole heels. All of a sudden, the Motor City Machine Guns come out, and Alex Shelley reminded Ray that he was the number one contender because he earned the right to be the number one contender at Against All Odds back at Under Siege. So, he let him know that, and he said that he's going to win the world title at Against All Odds. Ray admitted that Shelley was a great pro wrestler, saying that he should be mentioned in the same breath as the best wrestlers in the world, but he could never win the big one. You know, a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd, and that one a little bit of a low blow. It felt like Chris Sabin reminded Bully Ray that he said all that stuff to him 10 years ago. Like, you said all this shit to me 10 years ago, bruh. And what happened when you said it to me 10 years ago? Oh, that's right. I beat you for that world title. Remember that shit? Remember that? Macklin accuses Shelley of overlooking him, saying Shelley said he was sure he could beat Macklin. Macklin asked him what made him so sure. And Shelley said that Macklin is no Josh Alexander. More oohs and ahs. More oohs. Ooh. Look, you ain't no Josh Alexander, bruh. I don't know who you think you are. And that if Josh Alexander didn't get injured, if it wasn't for Josh's injury, Josh would still be Impact Champion. A few more oohs. And then even Bully Ray kind of stepped to the side like, oh, he's got a point. He's got a point. A lot of oohs and ahs. Sabian and Shelley challenged Bully Ray and Macklin to a match. Like, hey, you know what? Let's get Teddy Long out here and make this a tag team match, player. Us two against you two. Bully Ray said, nah, denied them that fight tonight. He said, that's not happening tonight. Subculture comes out. Mark Andrews took the mic and said that they wanted a match against the Motor City Machine Guns since Ray and Macklin did not want to fight them. Motor City Machine Guns accepted. They accepted. So there's our match right there. But first up, we have Eddie Edwards with Alicia Edwards versus Yuya Uemura. Decent match. Actually, it was a damn good match, actually. Uemura continues to impress me, man. He continues to impress me. He ended up taking the L in this one, which I was a little bit shocked by. Eddie Edwards gets the win with help from his wife, obviously. But Uemura he's very good. He's very precise. He's very crisp. I like his in-ring style. He does not seem to be knocking it out of the park in the charisma category. But as far as in-ring work, no complaints there, man. Uemura had the advantage in the early portion of the match, right before they went to break. And when they came back, Eddie Edwards was in control. You know, like, go to break, come back. Hey, look, things have changed while you were gone watching that commercial about Tide. Or whatever the hell it was. Edwards continued trying to wear down Yuya with hard strikes. But Uemura picked up the pace and hit the ropes hard several times before hitting a flying forearm that left Edwards reeling. Uemura hit a Saito suplex for a 2 count. Uemura went for a flying crossbody, but Edwards got a knee to the gut. So he came down, he was extended, Uemura, and like went for a crossbody, and Edwards just kind of just took a step back and then just right into the gut, man. It was nasty. And right after that, Uemura was shook, man. She was shook because then Eddie hit him with the Boston knee party, and that was over. But I'm liking Uemura, man. I really am. Eddie Edwards is good. It seems like Eddie is, I guess, par for the course, if that makes any sense. Like, he's good. I mean, he's got the valet. He's got the look. You know, he's fine. Nothing crazy, exciting, or extra special about him. But he did get the win here tonight. Then he refuses to shake Uemura's hand. So then Frankie Kazarian came out. He said that it was very disrespectful not to shake this man's hand like that. Edwards grabbed Kazarian, and then Kazarian just straight dropped him with a right hand. Like, boom, laid him out. Alicia Edwards jumped on Kazarian's back. Kazarian shook her off and just threw her to the ground. The crowd was like, oh, man, how could you do that? And like, bitch jumped on my back. What the fuck you want me to do? So he threw her to the ground, then walked away and just kind of left them laying there. Just kind of a weird way to end it, but whatever. Then we get Sami Callihan and Jake Crist taking on Decay. On paper, I thought this was a fantastic matchup. I was looking forward to it. You know, I'm again, if you're new here, I'm coming in late to the Impact party. So I was excited to see, you know, what Decay was going to do against these two guys. This match was over in 2 minutes. It was literally a squash. We get a Christ cutter on Crazy Steve for the win. That was basically it. Done. That was done. After the match, the design came out to ringside, though. Khan is waiting in the ring for Sami Callihan and Jake Crist. They turn around. Khan delivers a double choke slam, laying out Callahan and Crist. They never saw him coming. Diener gets in the ring, hits him with the antidote, DDT, on Crist. But then Rich Swann ran down to make the save. He came running down with a chair, and so the design, you know, hot tailed out of there. They wanted nothing to do with Rich Swann and that chair. Backstage, Swann and Crist and Callahan are back there talking, and Swann says that, look, I cannot be in your 8-4-1 tag match with you, man, because I have other business to take care of at Against All Odds. He says, I was in Santino's office signing my deal for the 8-4-1 match, so I can't be in. He said I can't be in your tag match because I'm gonna be in the 8-4-1 match. Callahan said, all right, that's cool. He said something about a doctor calling the monster to be their partner instead. So I don't know. It sounds like Callahan's gonna hit up PCO, and they're gonna probably tag with PCO for their match at Against All Odds. Trinity versus Savannah Evans. We all know who won this match. Who are we kidding? This match was really, really just paint by the numbers, man. It was just something to get Trinity some reps in with someone else. And it was good for what it was. It was nothing special. You know, here's some moves. I'm gonna do my moves here. You do your moves here. It's nothing crazy. It kind of played into, you know, the storyline a little bit with, you know, Evans being Giselle Shaw's bodyguard. But other than that, man, it was just there. Evans used power moves to control Trinity in the early part of the match, including hitting a pop-up power bomb for a 2 count. Trinity managed to roll to the outside, hitting a heat seeker on Evans, who was draped across the middle rope. Trinity hit a springboard kick into a bulldog into the middle turnbuckle before hitting a flying crossbody from the top rope. Evans hit a sidewalk slam. Trinity from the corner hit a sunset flip into a starstruck for the submission win. Easy win for Trinity. After that, she grabbed the mic and said, now, like I said, whoever wins against Jordynne Grace and Deonna Purrazzo, I want to have a little discussion with them. So here I am, you know, Under Siege is over. What's going on? What's good? What's good? So Deonna Purrazzo comes out, said that, hey, looks like I'm the one you're looking for, right? Trinity made a challenge for the title at Slammiversary. Purrazzo accepted. Trinity is on her way to her first Impact Knockouts women's title match coming up at Slammiversary. Should be interesting. Does she get gold right away? Or do they swerve us? Don't know. Giselle Shaw came out and her and Evans attacked Purrazzo and Trinity from behind. Jay Vidal knocked out Purrazzo with a purse that was clearly loaded with something. He hit her with a purse and she was like, oh, she was gone. She was just limp bodied. Just gone. And Shaw took the purse and then knocked out Trinity. Jordynne Grace came running down. Like she's not gone yet. Like maybe she's got some stuff to do here first, man. Jordynne Grace was here for this round of tapings. She ran down to make the save, and then Shaw nailed Jordynne Grace with that same purse before hitting 2 running knees to the face. Shaw commanded Evans and Vidal to pick up Grace, and Shaw hit a 3rd knee, and Jordynne Grace came out, and Jordynne Grace is dead. They seem to pretty much lay it on the Jordynne Grace. I think she's a goner for sure. We shall see. We get Jody Threat versus Dani Luna. Dani Luna is out here, man. Jody Threat, very hard-hitting match here. Luna looked very good. Very, very, very good, man. Jody Threat has gotten my attention from night 1. I said it before. She reminds me of a young Becky Lynch. She reminds me of a very young NXT version of Becky Lynch. I like Jody Threat a lot. Jody Threat took a lot of this match, hitting hard strikes, a clothesline in the corner, and a suplex that dropped Luna for a 2 count. Luna dodged the baseball slide and hit a knee to the face of Threat. Luna hit an impressive deadlift suplex onto Threat. Threat hit a cactus-style clothesline to the floor on Luna before hitting a flipping senton off the apron onto the floor. Threat hit a big Michinoku driver on Luna for a 2 count. Threat ate a lariat and a powerbomb from Luna, which got a reaction from the crowd. Big pop from the crowd. Threat kicked out and soon hit a German suplex before hitting a torture rack powerbomb for the pinfall. Jody Threat with the win over Dani Luna. Like I said, man, Subculture just did not have a good night tonight, man. That should be a prelude to our main event tonight. But Subculture just did not have a good night tonight. Joe Henry was backstage.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Why does that keep happening? He was backstage with Santino, and Hendry talked about getting revenge on Dirty Dango. Why do you want revenge on Dirty Dango, bruh? Well, Kenny King and Sheldon Jane walked up and reminded everyone that Jane broke Hendry's nose, and Santino made the match for next week on Impact for Gene and Hendry, while booking Dirty Dango versus Joe Hendry at Against All Odds.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
The fuck? Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly came out. I am a Killer Kelly mark, bruh. Love Killer Kelly. She came out talking about how if you put two animals in a cage, they instinctively fight. But if you put a chain around the neck of two humans, they fight like dogs. She invited Masha Slamovich to give her, to give into their violent impulses at Against All Odds. We're getting Killer Kelly, who has seemingly been fighting nonstop for about a week or so. We're getting Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich in a dog collar match. Should be some good stuff, bruh. Masha and Killer Kelly have insane chemistry. I like it. This promo by Killer Kelly was very captivating. Very good. These women are extremely underrated. I do not see them getting the respect that they should be getting. I'm telling you that right now. Killer Kelly and Masha, they are really, really, really talented. So I cannot wait to see how this match comes out. We have the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley versus Subculture, Mark Andrews and Flash Webster Morgan. What a high-pace match. What a damn good match. Would you expect anything less from these four men? Dani Luna did not come out. Dani Luna was probably busy dealing with that L that she just took from Jody Threat. Subculture hit Stereo Tope Suicidas to the floor to the delight of the crowd, but the Motor City Machine Guns hit a quick series of quick double team moves once they got back into the ring, ending with Shelley hitting a bulldog clothesline at the same time. Shelley pulled Andrews into a surfboard stretch, and Sabin hit the ropes, and he hit a bulldog onto the prone Andrews. Sabin and Shelley hit a magic killer. Haven't seen that in a while. On Andrews a few minutes later for a 2 count. Shelley nailed Andrews with a clothesline, and then he and Sabin hit a doomsday drop kick. But Andrews popped back up after eating it, and he hit a headbutt on the Sabin. He just completely no-sold it. Completely no-sold that drop kick, bro. Hit Sabin with a headbutt. Motor City Machine Guns hit a double big boot into the corner on Andrews, but Andrews blocked it. He blocked the cradle shock, and he hit a stun dog millionaire. Motor City Machine Guns hit a cutter on the Andrews, and then soon thereafter hit a dirt bomb onto Webster for the win, and the show goes off the air. Those four men, it was like an NXT match, man. It felt just like an NXT match. It was very high intensity. They had fantastic chemistry, man. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I hope we get Subculture. On Impact full time. I don't know if I believe they're not signed to Impact full time at the moment. I hope they get signed those guys are great. They have the whole package, including Dani Luna. I think she is a very important piece to that group. I hope they get signed. That's all I can say about that one, man. I hope they get signed. Guys, that is today's show. Quick show. Not a lot of wrestling. It was very, very story-driven. They have 2 pay-per-views back-to-back. They just got done with Under Siege. Now they're getting into Against All Odds. Slammiversary is not that far behind. And they even have Impact 1000 coming up in September as well. Impact has a lot of things going on at one time. It's usually not the best booking decision to put pay-per-views that close together. But let's see how it plays out. I mean, maybe they have some kind of plan. You know, if you're a regular listener of mine and you're like, no, you're letting it play out here. What is going on? I'm letting it play out here because I am new to the brand. I don't know the ins and outs on what typically goes on here. So I don't want to come on and shit on things too much when I'm the one that's the newbie here. I'm not familiar with what normally goes on. So I want to see how it plays out. Now, as things start playing out, and if they don't look right, I'm going to have to call it as I see it, man. But for right now, I'm going to follow the story that they're giving me. I'm literally along for the ride right now. I'm trying to get caught up to speed. Consider me an Impact guy in training. I'm in training right now, man. I've gone through human resources. You know, I've got my paperwork filled out, and now they're training me on the job. We'll get there. We will get there. Speaking of getting there, let's get into the super chats, man. Tony Brown with the $4.99 super chat says, fine ass Mercedes Moné. Tony Brown, you're awesome. And Mercedes Moné is fine. But did you watch Impact tonight, Tony Brown? Tony Brown, I don't think you watched Impact, because if you did, I don't think your super chat would have mentioned Mercedes Moné. It probably would have mentioned something like a Dani Luna. You got to get up on that one, Tony Brown. You got to get up on that one, bruh. Steven Brewer with the $19.99 super chat says, keep doing a good job, Jesse. Love the show. You and JD are the best duo in the IWC. Pray hands. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steven Brewer. I appreciate that, bruh. I appreciate that very much. Tony Brown with the $1.99 super chat says she was on New Japan Pro Wrestling. She was? I thought she was hurt. I thought Mercedes was out hurt. She was, or are you talking about when she lost the title to Willow? Maybe you're talking about that one. Not sure. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much. I love these shows, man. I love these shows. Quick, to the point. You guys don't have all night to be sitting around and going over an Impact show. Oh, Tony Brown is back with the $1.99 super chat. Says, I saw that chick. Yeah, did you? Did you? What did you think, Tony Brown? What did you think? I was entertained by her. I think she got that meat, Tony Brown.
We only know one.
Dani Luna has that meat, bruh.
That's right. To give them the flux.
That is the show, man.
Flux.
I love it.
These rappers is shucking and jiving.
In and out to the point. Let's get to it. Guys, that is today's show. Join me next week for another edition of Impact Zone. Guys, my name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Let's talk, let's not sit on this shit. We the shit on this shit, they just spit on this shit.
So much psychodramatic, havoc at this bit. Crazy the range you with it, this shit. Buck inside is the physicist. Belligerent, feel it, cause we ignorant. Nigga, y'all in it. The flux is the subject of weight and adrenaline. I feel a bitch. Side the medic, buck the relic. fucking drama that did it to him once again. Chance that you get, change to your face and the blood to the covers, undisputed bitch.
And again, to the end of the pen, be worse than this sin against men. I'm feeling fenced in. From birth, saw the light of the earth, and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, that might get that bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing to you the flux.
Big dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? All over the world, it's the same old thing. Psychodrama, fluctuating.
My continuous output, my flow of ideas for years been thrilling in me. Please don't stop this feeling in me before the villain get to killing in me. See, I'm into mayhem. When I play here, the streaks are happening, and then I'm ready to leave your grave in. Lucifer got nothing to do with this shit. To the days of dirt, getting fucked up within. And I put that on the house, bitch. To the days of the dirt, you gon' cancel that down shit. Silly motherfucker.
And you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pills of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on the stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. Out of the realm of reaching, you ain't gonna know what the fuck hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago will be your motherfucking shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it, burning the rules. Fuck that instruction.